Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my right time gal. Is Cat Eye Sphinx here? Cat Eye Sphinx. Now that I'm getting into this draft again, I realized at the start of last draft, you asked a question. I didn't answer it. How embarrassing. So, if you want to do me a favor, re-ask me the question when I'm done with the draft, and then also, I'd love it if all of you would spam Cat Eye Sphinx when I'm done with the draft, because my brain is only so big. It can hold in hardly any information. But I'm finally feeling like I'm beginning to get the hand of MTG ONE Drafts. I think a big revelation for me was, yes, you want a lot of 2-drops, and there's a good number of 3-drops that can follow on well. However, adding in sturdy 4-drops. And I know, whoops, close this thing. Adding in sturdy 4-drops. Oh my god, what a bomb. All right, we're mono white. There's a Phyrexian Vindicator. Adding in sturdy 4-drops, like, let me see if there's any in this deck. I think Lattice Blade Mantis, even though it's not an amazing blocker, is very good in Gruul when you're threatening. There's also things like the various 3/4s, like Indoctrination Attendant, Meldweb Curator, that sort of thing. Yeah, Phyrexian Vindicator, the sturdiest 4-drop of all. We would like to be in mono white as a result. We're probably going to need to do something like 9/7 or 10/7 in white just to be able to cast this with any consistency. So let's go ahead and grab this, and we're not going to be committed to Phyrexian Vindicator, even though it is the sickest bomb of all time. Now, I think many of you know of my love of blue-white artifacts, and I don't see a reason to disrespect the glory of Malcator here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Thrumming Bird I've been very underwhelmed with. Pestilent Siphoner I think is good. Branch Blight Stalker I've not found great, but it's alright. It's 2-drop. You know, there you go. And having 2 toughness feels incredibly important in this format for dealing with the preponderance of X1s. Or it's going to be 1/1s. I don't see anything else that would appeal me towards green or red. But for the glory of Malcator. Getting one of these early is really nice. Alright. We have some good ones. Vindictive Flamestoker, I have found not great. It is often just a 1/2 that just kind of sits there. Do I want to get the Malcator's Watcher? The answer is, you betcha. Furnace Punisher is great. 3/3 with Menace in the equipment colors. Chittering Scareling, I've enjoyed a good bit. And again, I quite like Indoctrination Attendant as a sturdy 4. Cephalopod Sentry is also a sturdy 4. Alright, I see a Hex Gold Slash. I think we're going to get the Hex Gold Slash here. Hex Gold Slash is the best card by such a considerable margin. I mean, I love this Eye of Malcator. I would be thrilled to just get a fat stack of these, but I think that this is the best card. Nantine says, but for the glory of Malcator. That's such a hard truth to pass up. I'm going to get the Hex Gold Slash because I think that I like winning. This is the 3rd Skirling. That's so funny. This is like a prime example of what I mean by sturdy card in white. Sturdy 4-drop. We're seeing some pretty insane black rotate through. I'm going to go ahead and get the Orthodoxy Enforcer. I want to be in white, because white-blue, white-red. Yeah. Somehow, a Bladehold War Whip made it all the way through. Strong read. I mean, I don't mean strong as in we're strong, but as in, like, you see a Hex Gold Slash, it's like a really strong, I guess strong signal is what the word I'm looking for. It's like a late pick Hex Gold Slash, and I'm just like, strong read from your pal J9. All right, let's go ahead and get this. I'm unwilling yet to bail on our blue here because I don't think we'd even want to run Plated Onslaught, even though I think it has merit. We're probably still red-white. but I think that this is a fine hedge. All right, let's take a peek here. So, you know, weirdly, I really hate the Leonin Lightbringer, like a lot. I even prefer Volshock Splitter to it. And I always trust my judgments over all things. And if I'm not running red-white equipment, I'm not going to be wanting to run this card. If I'm like, for instance, mono-white, I'm not going to run this turkey. So I'm pretty content with this. I've started to really love these more pricey equipments, like the Volshock Splitter and the Mirren Bardish. I think Prophetic Prism is a useful card. I really think it is. I think it's actually very good. Still don't know if I'm red-white or blue-white. I don't think I'm 3-color, that's for certain. Wow, the Furnace Punisher came around. Yeah, we're red-white for sure. I mean, this is some strong signaling that no one is picking these. This is some strong signaling that no one's picking these. This is great. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and peel out this stuff. Strong signals. Strong, 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 strong. It's going to be hard to run. I hate to say it, but we might even cut the Phyrexian Vindicator, which would be so funny. Which would be so funny. You know what? Now that I've said that out loud, I want to cut it just to show you. Just to show you how brave I am. Well, I am going to get Hex Gold Slash. I'm going to get the Hex Gold Slash. I think it's much better than Sentry. I think Hex Gold is much better than the Sentry. However, I would love the pack. We need some 2-drops, though. This is the nice thing about Hex Gold Slash. It can do a lot of the positive effects that 2-drops can do from the defensive side of things. Hex Gold Halberd. Great. Really great. I see some Basilica Shepherds. That'd be terrific. If we wind up mono red, that would also be funny. We see a Jawbone Duelist. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is... We're starting to see some good stuff for us. We're starting to see some good stuff. I feel very positive about how our draft is going. I feel very positive. Every Hex Gold card is so good. Right? Oh, man. I mean, it's so sad that it has connection to one of the worst shapes in the world, the hexagon. What a garbage shape. It always looks like it's about to fall over no matter how you arrange it. I like the sturdiness of a nice triangle. Wow, I get a planar disruption too? I'm not even analyzing these packs. I'm getting an absolute slam dunk pick every time. Yeah, PBA, we're playing on the PC. You see a little mouse cursor here. Although you can get it on mobile, which you may have noticed if you saw the advertisement with me and Patton Oswalt and Danny Trejo. But hexagons are bestagons. Hexagons are trashagons. How about that? Yeah. I like the sturdiness of a triangle. It's really good. But hexagons is just 6 triangles, Sean. I don't know what you want me to do with that. I don't know what you want me to do with that. Right now, I'm not the most keen on this guy. I guess I'll get it, because this is going to wheel. This always wheels. Another Bladehold fucking War Whip. And I bet you the Furnace Punisher is swinging around, too. I mean, this is ridiculous. Well, if we can get some 2-drops and some Blade Graph Aspirants, you know, that's it. I think you're right, lazy developer. I think the Furnace Punisher is going to wheel. Because I think I've become the most powerful baby. But we were before giving a warm thanks to the Court of Calls viewers joining in on us. I'm unfamiliar with Court of Calls. I'd love to learn more. It's a very nice thing. Very nice thing that you did. Incisor Glider is okay. Orthodoxy Enforcer needs 2 or more artifacts. This is an artifact. It's also a very good holder of things. If you know the tricks of Sean, what are your opinions on nonagons? I think they're probably trash. I really think that anything above like a pentagon, like what are we doing? Like what in the hell are we doing? What are we doing? Doesn't even make any sense to me. Sean is a square confirmed. That's actually a really good joke. I can't believe I haven't read that. Wow, that's really good. My God, Sean is a square confirmed. That's fucking very funny. It was just sitting in plain sight. We didn't even find it. Amazing. Cord does tons of limited on his stream. He's quite good and offers a lot of insight into his picks plays. Oh, that's awesome. Maybe I can... maybe I can learn how to win this format properly. Again, I think this is the exact style of card that I would have always, a few weeks ago, been like, Blazing Crescendo is it, all in on Blazing Crescendo, but I think that you need stabilizing 4 drops. You are kidding me. I don't think anyone's in white. So I think we're also going to see a Basilica Shepherd on this next draw. Alright, well, you know. Feels good to be wrong. I don't think I'm going to be running this at all, though. So confused by the shape meta. Yeah, look, here's the thing. I aesthetically, I'm not that drawn to hexagons. Probably another Shrapnel Slinger. I don't think that we're a Hazardous Blast deck. With 2 War Whips, we don't really need a Hazardous Blast. Yeah, I like geometric style art, you know, that's very shapy, but the hexagon always felt like such a... It doesn't have, like, it has a really narrow cultural resonance to it, which literally sounds like... It sounds like I'm about to make I'm one of those video essayists that has a video that's way too long that says way too little, but, like, still... Yeah, I'm definitely getting that planar disruption. But still... Like, hexagons are bees, and it's used as, like, a digital tessellation. You know, like when you hold your shield up as Reinhardt, and it has, like, the little hexagons on to show the force field when there's, like, force fields there. And I guess also basalt. Yes, thank you, Flyer753. Basalt. I mean, and so it's so narrow, it's just like, it's the shape of the future bees. Like, that's it. That's all that it is. So that's why I like squares and triangles a little bit more, because I feel like they're fucking doing a little bit more. You know, they feel fucking doing some shit. I think I will take a 3rd Orthodoxy Enforcer, though I'm not 100% certain I will run it. I'm a little bit lean on my 3 mana slot. Maybe I should get the Kuldotha Cackler. It's 2/3. It holds equipment well. Has trample. Yeah, I think I'm going to get this because the Orthodoxy Enforcer will wheel. But I really want the Blade Graph Aspirant. Well, I mean, obviously this is the nut 2-drop for what we're trying to do. Volt Charge. Okay. I mean, this is... I think our other Boros draft was better, but this one does have a Phyrexian Vindicator in it, so it's pretty sick. I'm a little sad that I don't have a single Batter Fist. We have the Halberd, we have the War Whips. We may even peel this turkey to run another one of these, because we have a good amount of... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Ooh. I think this will wheel, so I think this is a Chimney Rabble pickup. I think Chimney Rabble's good enough. I think it makes the cut. So I'm gonna need to do some tough decision making here. I think I will run maybe all 3 Shrapnel Slingers. I want to make sure that the Orthodoxy Enforcers are on. And again, I really do like the Volshock Splitter. I like it way more than I thought I would. There is a Pack 3 Pick 8 Hex Gold Slash. We did a good thing going into red. Why not Veil? I think the Veil of Assimilation is quite bad. I might want the Axiom Engraver over one of these other guys. I'm never going to run this. I don't have enough equipment. I would need something like 15 equipment to make that sensible. Which can sometimes happen if you just get like a stack of Batter Fists. I'd like this one Orthodoxy Enforcer on pick 12. That would be cool. I'm not sure that this Phyrexian Vindicator is going to be joining us today. With 3 Hex Gold Slashes, I mean, we're pretty fast. Alright. Let's do this. Hit him with the Teakers. This one is an easy cut. This one is unfortunately an easy cut. Probably need to cut one more. This is probably the weakest one. Yep, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, Phyrexian Vindicator goes. We're cutting it. We're getting it out of there. Alright, this is it. Vindicate this. Alright, here we go. Oh, Cat Eye Sphinx's question. Perfect. All right, we're going to create a new prediction. So Cat Eye Sphinx had a question. Cat Eye Sphinx. Cat Eye Sphinx, thank you. Cat Eye Sphinx, are you here? Do you have your question ready? No sphere? Correct. No sphere. This is I'm pretty sure we're running. Oh God, is Cat Eye Sphinx here? Oh God. Oh God. Let me make sure my numbers are correct. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, I'm not cutting any of this. Oh no. You know what, Cat Eye Sphinx? We'll be around for you. We'll be around for you. This was a really interesting question. It was about, like, frustration. Oh, yeah, Johnny Tidelips, I believe his question was along the lines of how do you stay focused and on task in tilt-inducing ranked/multiplayer games? Yeah, I have a lot to say about this, because when I was younger, I sort of had the perspective of I lost and I'm mad. Therefore, what I need to do is I need to work harder in order to win. Are you going to stay in the lap? Ah, here it is. Fanberry says, Cat Eye Sphinx's question is, hi, Day 9. I have a question regarding competitive gaming in general. I get really frustrated sometimes. And I get really frustrated sometimes and don't know how to focus my gameplay to not caring much that I lose. What are your thoughts on losing in competitive games? Thanks for your insight. You're a great inspiration. Oh, yeah. Decline. I believe pretty firmly that one of the wonderful things about video games is that it is an incredibly safe place to practice really uncomfortable emotions. Incredibly safe place to practice really uncomfortable emotions. Org Leader, happy 142 months in a row, baby. 142. That's 11 years, yeah? 11 years? Hell yeah. So, going back to this, it's an incredibly safe place to practice really uncomfortable emotions. I know, I'm paying attention to you too. Things like feeling embarrassed, feeling ashamed, feeling angry. And when I was younger, I had this real shame where I was like, I'm mad when I lost. That's embarrassing. I shouldn't get mad. Or, you know, people would see me mad and I'd be like, ugh, 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 you know, like really cursing stuff. Really? Great. And so, you know, I would hide my anger, or I would try to not talk about it. I would try to win. I would try really, really, really hard to win. Because if I win, then I'm not angry. I don't have to worry about that. And I think it was kind of a waste. You know, I think that I was so unbelievably hard on myself so often. And I just didn't need to be, you know? Totally fine. Okay. And I think that when it comes to losses, what I started to learn to do over time is try to say, okay, let's not think about the gameplay first. How do I not get mad so that way I can win? How do I, you know, focus on the game? How if I'm feeling flustered, do I get in there? I found that what was more helpful is to say, if I am angry in general, how do I take care of myself? How do I make myself feel okay? How do I do things that make me feel good? So for instance, I still, to this day, get mad sometimes when I'm trying really hard and I fuck up a game. And I don't judge myself. I don't go, oh, that was so stupid. Or, oh, I should have played better. Or I don't direct it at anything. I'll just be like, hey, Britt, I'm going to go on a walk. She's like, you going to take the dog? I'm like, nah, I just need to be on a walk for a bit. She goes, okay. And then I just go outside and I listen to some loud music until I let some of that adrenaline go through me. And then I start to feel better. And I'm pretty good about reducing my thinking down to just sitting there and feeling mad, and then I'm all right. I also have, and that's like a really short term. That's what happens in like the 20 minutes after I am really, really mad. Opponent goes first. I don't think this is good enough. I just basically have these 3 cards. And I also started to develop understandings like, hey, if I am really upset about something, I know there is a plan that I have, and I have enacted many times before, and the plan goes something like this. If I'm having a really bad day, whether I'm angry or sad, I have my favorite albums that I put on, I get my favorite beer, my favorite dinner, and I will rewatch some of my favorite shows and favorite movies. I cannot tell you how many times I've had a crappy day and put on Aliens, man. Remember last weekend when I was feeling fucking so sick and I was like puking my guts out? I lost 10 pounds. I was so fucking sick. I rewatched Sin City. I actually rewatched the Marv storyline twice. It was awesome. All right. How do I want to do this? can't quite pick this guy off. I'm going to start swinging in for a lot here. This is going to look a little weird, but I'm going to pull out the Cackler. Get a Shrapnel Slinger. I'm going to sacrifice this to blow up this. I think that's good. That's good. So, there's also games that I play that I have played a million times before that I'll just run right on through. And like, these are things that I do to make myself feel better. And these are two examples. Of, you know, ways in which I short-term and long-term just taking care of negative feelings for myself. That actually has the net effect of I suddenly feel... Ooh, that's bad. Maybe I can get one of those. It has the net effect. Dude, this cat is so asleep. That when I'm in games, I feel less focused on the negative feelings because I know it's going to be okay. Like, you may have heard this like, if you have, you know, $5,000 in your bank account, anytime something breaks or goes wrong, you're worried, oh my god, I'm going to have to spend my nest egg. And that psychological fear and that worry triggers more stress on you. But if you have $500,000 in a bank account, the same stuff just doesn't stress you anymore. It's not going to cost you more, but it's like the knowledge that things are okay makes you feel more okay. That is a bit, for me emotionally, how it feels to sit down and play games. Like, for instance, when I was younger, I used to be like, oh my god, what if this goes wrong, or this goes wrong? Oh shit. Oh god, and I'd be playing and I'd be so fucking stressed out. No blocks. My opponent made a mistake. It was a huge mistake. Big mistakes. Big mistakes. Big fucking mistakes. Ow. Ooh, thank god you're getting up. Ta-da. Maybe they baited me into a sick play. They have to block 2. And the Duelist of Deep Faith has first strike. Okay. Oh, okay. So now we can draw Volt Charge to win. A lot of things we can draw to win. I don't really have any flyers, though, which kind of stinks, but that's alright. But it's like the knowledge that I know how to take care of myself and make myself feel better. These things allow me to open up a game, like right now, stream in front of a bunch of people, lose, have things go wrong, and be okay. I wonder why Villain did that. Second Gleeful Demolition. I mean, that's pretty sick. Nice. Didn't move it over, so that's good. I now feel more comfortable doing things like streaming myself doing stuff or playing games by myself because I know that I know how to calm myself down. And so I think that if you are getting competitive in games and you're having some anger or shame or embarrassment, all of this is just the game is giving you a chance to experience that really shitty feeling emotion in a circumstance that's really safe. You didn't if you get mad and you, like, you know, punch your keyboard and throw your mouse across the room and it breaks the mouse, well, that sucks. You know, you broke a mouse. It might be like 50 bucks. But you didn't scream at your boss and lose your job. You didn't get into a fight that's completely temporary with a significant other and lash out and end the relationship. You know. So I think I just swing. Because we have double strike and first strike. And just take a time to spend some time with it. And I really hate whenever someone says, it's just a game. Doesn't matter, it's just a game. It's just a game. Relax, it's just a game. It's not just a game. It really isn't. It's almost like if you were broke and someone said, look, it's just money. Money isn't everything. And you're like, yeah, but you do realize I'm broke and I need to eat, right, asshole? Like, doing well. So, to anyone who's playing competitively, and maybe once upon a time, when Cat Eye Sphinx was here and could engage directly with Cat Eye Sphinx, but I really feel that if you're having those negative emotions, here's some things that I would practice. First, I don't like using this term because it's like a real monetization-y sort of term, but offboarding, you heard this term? Offboarding is the idea of onboarding. What makes me pick up the game and start playing it? Offboarding. What makes me feel like it's time to put this away and set it down? I think the first thing you should do is have an offboarding plan. Before I enter into that game, if I start losing and I make a really big mistake, what is something that I can say to myself, something I can do that will make the process of getting out of that game and being by myself? How do I think about that process? So again, it's how do I go from in this game to I'm now by myself and I'm not in the game? So for example, I played competitive StarCraft, which is a very, 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 very difficult and intense game. And if I started to lose, what I would do is I would not say GG and exit. I would start slowing down. I would just go, all right, I lost. And I would just, like, you know, try to, like, pick off another overlord. Just try to do something. You know, I might, like, send my workers to the middle of the map, let them kill the workers, and then type LOL and type GG. I wouldn't exit the game. My offboarding technique was to do something kind of dumb and fun for, like, a minute, and then say GG. So that way I don't go from maximum intensity, spiking all the way down to sad. It's like intensity, and I try to slowly exit the intensity. Okay, that's the first thing. Find an offboarding plan. You're now by yourself. I recommend trying to go on a walk, trying to step away, and just don't think about what just happened. Just think about how you feel, where you feel it in your body, feel it in your feet, feel it in your stomach. For me, I feel it like right here behind my eyes. My eyes get really hot. Just spend some time with it. It's all right. All right, Dexterous. Seem to have dropped the whole PC. We take these wins. So you've offboarded the game, and then spend some time with your feelings. Just doing nothing significant. Don't put on music. Don't text anyone. Just go be by yourself. Just go be by yourself. Just chill a little bit. And you might feel some self-judgment. I'm so stupid, I'm so bad. No, you're not. You're just mad. Or you're just embarrassed. Or you're just sad. Just spend some time. I recommend 10 to 15 minutes minimum. If you're new with this. Like, the more experience you get, the more you'll be able to shorten that time. But, like, spend 10 minutes. Just spend 10 minutes. That's a good amount of time to let the adrenaline exit your body and for your body to start putting some of the normal chemicals in it so you feel normal. And when I say normal chemicals, I mean the ones that make you feel, like, sort of stable and fine and good and all that jazz. And then after that 10 minutes, after you've gotten the chance to sort of like stabilize and feel a little better, and you started to like get some equilibrium. Oh, if we win this game, I want to be really clear. We take these. Hell yes. Give me that W. And then we're on to stage 3, which is what do you do to really make yourself feel good and feel better? For me, I really like, I like listening to really loud music and going on walks. I also like going really deep on a knowledge topic that has nothing to do with anything relevant to me. Notably, Warhammer 40k lore. I'll go deep on that shit. I'll just go from like thing to thing to thing to thing, like WikiLink to WikiLink to WikiLink to WikiLink. I'll just fucking keep digging into that shit. Or once upon a time, you know, I think I will Hexgold slash this. I have a Jawbone Duelist, which is a double striking X1, and the Cacophony Scamp can die and deal 1. Or I went really deep on shader programming, trying to learn about that. Fun shit. You know what? I didn't even do any of the programming. For Mirrodin! A part of me wanted to instantly slam down the Planar Disruption, but I think it's probably better to just round out my army first. Grave away, baby. You got it. So again, I have an offboarding plan for my game. I have a... Oh, well, hey. Great. Great, I don't really have a good way to deal with that. That is really bad. So do I ignore it for a moment? It's going to equip for 2 now. The thing that's frustrating is that this is equipped for 5, so, you know. I think I will still planar disrupt it. I think that we win the race if we get the double striking going on this guy. Disrupt the equipment. I mean, it still is given. Flying to that shit. Oh, that's just amazing. Now we can start to win the race, right? Because I get this. Really like Volshock Splitter. I'll come back to this topic in a moment. Sick. So now this 4/4, if they swing, put us to 7. We're swinging back for 12 on the following turn. That's good. Oh, that's the good stuff right there. Dude, the Jawbone Duelist hasn't done anything this game. Oh, it's so funny. Great. Really, really great. But yeah, so I have a plan for how I'm going to exit the intensity of the game to be by myself. I have a plan for how to take care of myself for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then I have a plan for how to get myself not to feeling great, but to feeling neutral. I think this is really important. if I sit down and I'm ready to compete, I want to be feeling neutral. And when I was younger, I used to try to offset negative feelings with positive feelings. If I felt really bad, I try to do something that would make me feel really good. You don't need that. This is why I stress familiar food, watching a familiar movie, listening to familiar music, you know, in my comfy pants. I want to go from feeling bad to feeling neutral, and then I can go from neutral to feeling good, or feeling neutral and going back to competing, but I want to hit neutral. That's the stepping stone for being a grounded person. I want to have that plan to get back to neutral. And the best description I've ever heard of self-care and getting to neutral is a return to the things that you love and a return to the things that make you feel like yourself. And I like that idea of return, because so often people are like, practice self-care, and it's this stretch idea. Sorry, I just canceled because I'm dropping some frames and I want to make sure my internet connection is okay. There's a self-care idea of like, go to the spa, take a vacation, go to a new restaurant. These things that are joy creating. I think that this is not good enough. I think this is what we got. This is like a really bad hand, but whatever. Rolling chorus. Oh, that helps. You know, it's this idea of you need to do something fresh, you need to do something new to take care of yourself. And I always found that really, gosh, like almost debilitating, because I'm like, you know, I'm having a really hard time. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling exhausted. And you're telling me I now have to fucking figure out what I'm supposed to do now? I have to figure out something grand-ass new? Well, that feels bad. Feels really bad. By the way, big shout out to the stabilizing 4-drops. And it for a long time when I heard people talk about self-care, I was just like, oh, that's for rich people, man. You know, that's like... Alright, fine. +2/+2, you got it. Yeah, for an incredibly long time, I sort of had this sensation of like, well, shit. So block like this. And when I get the double strike on that, that's when I start to be more of a normal gamer. Alright. I mean, I have first strike now. I guess planar hoses us. All right. But this idea of self-care being a return to yourself just helps explain and frame for me, like, oh, I see, I'm supposed to be... Ooh, that sucks that they got 3 more nerds out there. I can plausibly answer with 2. Block, block, block. Yep, that'll do it. Isn't that right? Because that returns, and then can't block 2 of these. Yeah. Close game. Yeah, but when it's a return, it's like, oh man, what do I already know makes me happy? Oh, I really like that TV show, I'm going to restart it. I really like that movie, I'm going to rewatch it. I really like that album, I'm going to re-go into it. And honestly, there's albums I've listened to so many times, they no longer get me like excited with the fresh newness, but it's so familiar and it feels so good. And I find that this little path, exit the experience, go just wait for a lot of the intensity of the emotions to kind of flow through you over the course of 10 minutes or so. Then start doing some things that help get you back to neutral by asking yourself and kind of listing things off. Like, oh yeah, like and when I say all this, this is not in the moment. This is like, I am going to be doing a gaming session today. Let me stop and make a plan for myself about what'll happen if I go wrong. Yeah, I think this is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. One of the reasons why it's fine is that I know how many 2-drops I have in here. About 8 2-drops, so, you know, having those plump out is reliably, it's very helpful. Cat Sphinx says, I think I'm also a little traumatized myself. It's like I grew and went to school with people who value winning more than anything else. That made me really hard on myself. Yeah, no, I think that, like... This is for the lifelink. It is incredibly easy to wind up in that trap is maybe a little bit strong of a word, but, you know, effectively, that kind of trap. You know, I think I need to Bolt Charge this now, because this is going to start making golems. And then that's going to be really hard for us to deal with. Because, you know, I know that trauma is one of those words that I feel like, especially lately, has started to get thrown around a little increasingly liberally. So I'll be really precise and say, like, when I grew up, I also... It's not necessarily that people said, Sean, the only thing that matters is that you win. And if you're not focused on winning, you're a piece of shit. No one, like, said this to me. But it's really easy for that feeling to kind of build up without you even noticing. I'm going to do the Bardish. I'm going to do the Mirren Bardish here. Because then I can swing with both these Vigilance gamers and have the Blazing Crescendo out. Yeah, I mean, like, for me, it was told to me. It's like I kind of learned it. Like, I would lose, and I would be mad, so then I'd want to push. And I'd push it. And where did I get the energy from pushing? A little bit of self-judgment. So I'd push, give myself a little bit of energy, give myself a little bit of momentum to try to succeed. And lo and behold, it would work. And of course, when you're good at shit, people go, "Oh my god, wow, you're so good. Wow." You know, this like sort of like compliment stack winds up starting to fill in, and you're like, oh yeah, it's really cool. How great I am. Feels like I'm doing positive things. If that is a removal spell, that's really brutal. Oh, that's fucking really brutal. Yeah, this is looking like an L. By the way, this is another really good example of a really derpy looking card, but it's a strong defensive 4-drop. And now, Kyria can just poke me to death with this Pestilent Siphoner. And it's very hard for me to punch through this. In the same way, this Orthodoxy Enforcer is very hard for these ground units to punch through. If I get a Hexgold Slash and pick this off, that would be terrific. I think that maybe this is the only hope that I have, is really just hammering in hard with this Orthodoxy Enforcer. Yeah, I kind of grew up with this, like, I'm getting a lot of positive reinforcement by beating myself up, so I want to be hard on myself. And people make fun of you when you fail at things growing up. Oh my god, well, I don't like that feeling at all. I don't like being made fun of for things. That feels terrible. Gee, I wonder which one I'm doing. Alright, so we need the Hexgold Slash basically this turn. We insta-snap die. And, you know, even times when I did a really good job and, like, my mom would praise me and my friends would praise me and all this stuff. And oh my god, we are so fucking thunderously screwed. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm telling you, these 2 drops are really, really good. Excellent. So I'm pretty pleased with the games that we've lost and the way that the losses felt. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, and like over time, I sort of found it was like really accidental. This like excessive judgment loop that was, or subconscious, maybe the right one. This like self-judgment, anger, hatred loop. Like I messed up, I suck, I need to push it, I succeeded, good. I'm proving to myself that I'm worthwhile. And then I'm losing, and I suck, and I got to keep pushing it. And then I'm losing again, and I'm like fucking pissed off, so I gotta keep pushing it, and I fucked up again, and I'm really pissed off, so I really gotta push it, and I won. Okay, that's good, it's working, it's working. I mean, I would like go on these like 6-hour benders of playing that were just like so emotionally tortuous. Alright. I mean, I almost want to just play the Axiom Engraver. I'll just do this because it is a threat. And like, it's funny because despite the fact that this really helped me get unbelievably good at StarCraft, are we fucking serious?
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh becomes subdued.
Return target creature, so this is just disabled, so that's good. Alright. I have a pretty great hand, so I'm just gonna do stuff. Nort for a turn. I really didn't want to mill 12 cards. I have a... This guy -3 -0ing me is really kind of annoying. I'm gonna just get some cards out. Threat build. And this is all to say that, like, it's very easy to reinforce in yourself that it's about the game, and it's about the relation to the game, and how you're thinking about the game, and how do you improve the way that you deal with emotions with respect to the game. And I think it's so much more about how you deal with a lot of your own negative emotions around things like shame, things like anger. Because once you start to have a really good sense of like how you deal with that stuff, you get a little bit of invulnerability. I don't fucking get this. I think that my opponent might actually be fully committed to Jace. I'm gonna do this and get the other Orthodox Enforcer down. Because now I can actually play for longer periods of time. And I can be more... Fuck. Holy shit, these bombs. Alright. Oh man, this is some bomby shit. My goodness. Oh, you can Serum Snare bounce. Oh yeah, non-land permanent. I thought it was just creatures. Sick. This is an interesting case study, though, in like what a control deck looks like. It's like a whole lot of Glistener Seers. Not entirely sure what I'm looking for, but I'm definitely looking for it. So this is actually, I think, again, a really successful draft. We went 4-3. This is a very, very... Oh, all of a sudden you're fucked kind of format. Like this, Blue Sun's Twilight is just really, really tough to deal with. Yeah, this is looking like the video game right here. So, I mean, they might just have Serum Snare. I just bounce this and mill me for 3 times 7. 3 times 8 now. Finish this point since it's looking like our game is coming to an end. Oh my. Take an 8. Seems pretty great. Oh, mirror done. Yeah, I think that, like, over time now, I can do even longer sessions. I can play even harder than I used to, and... Alright. I'm able to be more successful long-term and in long-form ways. Just because I'm not as threatened by bad things happening. I used to really, you know, I'd play for like 6 hours and I'd be like emotionally roasted by the end. I think this guy's got it. Alright. Still really happy with this. Still really happy with this. We went 4-3, but I feel like our losses were kind of just like running into mega bombs or kind of petering out in the way that functions in this format. But I think that the thing that makes me really pleased about this is that we assembled together a really solid list that was mostly commons. And, you know, it gave us a positive step towards Mythics. That's great. So let's see. Let's just write this down. White, red. How would we describe this?